Hello and a very warm good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your host Sandhya and I welcome you all to Edu-Icons 2016.
To recognize the contributions of leaders in education in the state of Tamil Nadu, the Times of India honored the visionaries and entrepreneurs who have encouraged the youth to successfully achieve their goals. Mr. Anand Murthy, the Assistant Vice President, Times Response Chennai, talked about the importance of recognizing the work and achievements of individuals to promote education in the state.
Ladies and gentlemen, education, if you were to really look at it, when you're trying to talk about icons in education, it springs from two facts. One, the risk-taking ability of people who have some vision. I personally know some of you, and I can vouch that when you started, many of you started, to the place where you've reached here, obviously it has made a tremendous amount of impact to the well-being of many of the youth of the nation. So on behalf of Times of India, I take this opportunity to first humbly thank you for all the passion which you have shown, all the risk which you have chosen to take, and the benefits of the risk is actually being reaped by all the people who have been educated, have been deployed fruitfully for the development of the nation.
It's an event which celebrates entrepreneurship in education and recognises those who've contributed substantially to the growth of the education industry in Tamil Nadu. The Times of India is an important advocate of the importance of education, as the British Council knows from our successful partnership with them on the Teach India project, which supported 30,000 learners from disadvantaged backgrounds to increase their employability prospects. Tonight's event is further evidence of their commitment, and the many distinguished guests, both on the dais and in the audience, are evidence of the support that they garner from state government and from the Tamil Nadu education community. I'd like to move on to say why education is so important to the work of the British Council. The British Council has been developing connections and educational relationships in India and specifically in Tamil Nadu for almost 70 years. We're proud that over the last 10 years, almost 160,000 Indian students have studied in the UK, and that we worked with British universities and the UK government to award over 500 scholarships last year alone. This includes the UK's flagship Chevening Scholarships and Fellowships programme, which is currently open and offering 65 fully funded masters in any discipline, in any institution, for Indians to develop their skills and bring back that learning to India. Over the last 10 years, and with support from the Ministry for Human Resources Development and state governments, we have created over 1,000 research partnerships and 25,000 academic exchanges through an Indo-British research fund, the UK India Education Research Initiative, UKIERI. This fund will award a further £2 million worth of funding in new partnerships later this year. We've also invested in student and postdoctorate exchange programs, including our most recent fund, the Newton Bubba program, which has made awards to over 100 PhD students so far. We do this work because we believe in the long-term impact of international connections. We believe these connections can play a fundamental part in the development of strong ties between our countries, and that internationalisation plays a significant role in promoting innovation and excellence in the UK higher education system.
the Minister for School Education, Archaeology, Youth Welfare and Sports Development, Government of Tamil Nadu, K. Pandya Rajan, talked about growing influence of technology in the education sector and also the existing opportunities for the education entrepreneurs in the state.
I think this is an era of convergence of a certain kind, where technology and social trends are converging nicely, where the challenges for an education entrepreneur like you have phenomenal opportunities. And you have certain structures which are getting put in place currently, the regulatory structures, which one of the aspects would be the new education policy and its implications. And I think it's a great time to be an education entrepreneur, especially in Tamil Nadu, where Vision 2023, we are saying the GER, we would like to move it to above 50%, which apparently is 10% higher than what it is in US. Tamil Nadu currently has a gross enrollment ratio, which is almost 6% higher than what it is in US. And most of the developed nations don't have that kind of a number. But we still want to make that into 50% plus. And 19,000 crores of investment we have specifically sought in the area of education. We have received close to 8,000 crores in the last 5 years of Vision 2023 being operational. And the greatest issue for us is quality, accreditation, issues relating to training of teachers, these 582,000 teachers that we have here in the school education. I'm really confining my conversation to that. So we are talking to British Council, we are talking to all kinds of people around the world, Cambridge, we are talking to many of them to see how this 1 crore 32 lakhs of students can get the highest quality education in an inclusive manner. Tamil Nadu is the only state in the whole of the country where the government schools have retained their 45% share in the education market, so to speak. And I'm very proud to say that. It could have been due to a host of things we have given. It could have been due to a host of investment we made in teachers. Don't forget that this is the only state where 24,000 crores out of a state's own revenue of close to 1 lakh of crores goes into school education. 24% of the state's own revenue goes into school education, and this is the only state. And in my view, this competition from government, you as education entrepreneurs will continue to face. Hopefully you should push yourself on the qualities track, and of course what my friend was talking about as a branding track, as to branding your institutions, reflecting the quality that you impart there, as my friend from NAC said, getting in students from overseas, which I think is increasingly a requirement for QS rating. And all of you now, I can see a lot more action on the QS front with Modi ji announcing Indian rating method and a BRICS rating method. And today, quality and accreditation have assumed center stage, partly as a branding exercise, because we like to see the day when a lot more of people will come to us. One of the reasons, as Pranab Mukherjee, our Honorable President, said in a recent discussion, the reason why we are not scoring there is not because we are poorly educating our kids, but we're not engaging enough with research and not engaging ourselves enough in consulting capabilities, getting strengthened. Whether you run an engineering college or you run a university, can I invite each of you to look at this part, how much of your energies get focused on education vis-a-vis how much is it getting focused on consulting and research.
As all of you know, Tamil Nadu is number 1 with reference to 3 aspects. Tamil Nadu has the highest number of deemed universities. Number 2, Tamil Nadu has the highest number of autonomous colleges. Number 3, it has got the highest number of accredited universities also in the country. That is why Tamil Nadu is the front-ranking state and is an educational hub having renowned higher education institutions. Tamil Nadu is a center of excellence for education in India. All these accolades for Tamil Nadu are possible because of the initiatives taken by each one of you. Now, the gross enrollment ratio is around 20% in our country, which need to be doubled in the near future. That means number of higher education institutions also need to be doubled from 40,000 colleges and 800 universities in the country. Now let us know why quality assurance is very important and in what way it is beneficial to all of us. At present, we have an international network called INQUAHE. This is an acronym. The expansion is International Network for Quality Assurance Agencies in Higher Education. This is a global network. About 130 countries who are the members for this international network. And for this, NAC is also one of the members. I mean, India is one of the members for this global network. And this global network organizes international conferences in different countries in different parts of the world. And when we discuss like this with other quality assurance agencies, there will be some sort of understanding or some sort of uniformity or some sort of standardization between and among various quality assurance agencies of various countries is possible. When you want to apply for any of the funding agencies or when you want to submit a proposal to any of the regulatory bodies, at that point of time, just you collect from the database some information, collate it, and depending upon the requirement of a particular funding agency, just you can prepare and update your information, and within 2-3 days or within a week's time, definitely that proposal can be sent within no time. That might be one of the advantages. And nowadays, even employers also, I mean industrialists, they are also depending upon the quality assurance status or accreditation status, and they are also banking upon the particulars of accredited institutions because they are planning to pick up quality graduates from these accredited institutions. Nowadays, even funding agencies, even state government, central government, and regulatory bodies also made accreditation as a prerequisite. If your affiliated college wants to become an autonomous college, accreditation is a prerequisite. If an autonomous college wants to become a deemed university, accreditation is a prerequisite. That's why now at this point of time, just I want to caution all of you, because for the sake of NAC, don't come for the process, don't participate in the process of assessment accreditation. For your own quality assurance, you participate in the process of assessment accreditation, and also you may imagine that the quality assurance is the responsibility of only Vice Chancellor or the principal. Actually, in reality, it is not so. You have to evolve a system. I am of the opinion that a system is more important than the individuals. That's why you have to evolve a system. That's why NAC advocates higher education institutions to establish internal quality assurance cell to monitor their quality internally. And the primary aim of this internal quality assurance cell is to develop a system for conscious, consistent, and catalytic action to improve the academic and administration performance of the institution, and internal quality assurance cell as a mechanism for efficient follow-up of assessment outcomes and channelizing institutional efforts towards academic excellence. I take this opportunity to wish all the educational entrepreneurs all the very best for your higher education institutions to reach the pinnacle on the plateau of higher education. And I also wish the Times Group all the very best in their future endeavors to organize this type of events to motivate all the educational entrepreneurs like you. And also I thank each one of you for your time and attention. Finally, once again, I thank one and all.